Welcome to the Berkshire Homestead.
Hey guys, so today we were going to go ahead and do a video on how to make our dogs homemade dog treats. So real quick before we start the recipe, I wanted to go ahead and give you guys a few slides on why we make our dogs treats and the chemicals that actually come in the treats. Feel free to pause the video anytime you need to read or would like to read the slides that I prepared. I'm not going to really talk about it much, but I wanted to make this video nice and short and sweet, straight to the point. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoy the slides and you learn a lot. Scare you away, but this is a huge reason why we should be making our animals treats and foods. We haven't quite gotten to the whole food thing, but our dog is eating a pretty good brand, and just be aware of what's in these foods for your animals. Look at the ingredient list. See if any of those chemicals that I posted on there are on there, and just be aware and change it. Sometimes our animals, we feel like they have allergies and all of these things, or they're sick all the time, and usually it happens because of the food that we're feeding them. So please don't forget to just check and make sure you switch if you need to switch. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. These are the ingredients you're gonna need. First, you're gonna need a mixing bowl. You're gonna need a dish for the oven. I always use parchment paper, usually when I'm baking and whatever I'm making, because it just saves my pan and it's just easier to take everything off of it. So parchment paper, buy it, it's worth it. We have 2 cups of rolled oats. You can use a food processor or even a coffee grinder, but you need to grind up the rolled oats into this powder. It's very simple to do. Like I said, I used my blender. 2 cups. I have 2/3 cup of pumpkin puree. Make sure you are buying pure pumpkin puree. Look at the ingredients because they will try to sell you other stuff. Do not get pumpkin pie mix. Also, 1/3 of peanut butter. Okay, with the peanut butter, use creamy and make sure that in the ingredients list it does not have xylitol. Xylitol is highly toxic for your dog, so make sure no xylitol. What she just did was pour the oats. Now she's going to add the peanut butter.
So now we're going to mix the batter. Make sure that there's no more flour left. You're just going to keep mixing and mixing. It takes a lot of time to mix this.
So we have our dough here. It just took a good arm effort of mixing. If it seems to be too dry, you can add a little bit more pumpkin puree because the can has more than what this recipe calls for. That's kind of what I ended up doing, adding just a little bit more liquid. Now, so I don't have a rolling pin on hand right now. So what I do, I kind of just pat it down. I do it on wax paper or parchment paper. And you're supposed to roll it out about 1/4 inch thick. And then what you're going to need is a cute little cutter, or if you don't want to use a cutter or you don't have one in hand, you can easily just take a knife and cut your squares. I mean, your dog doesn't care what it looks like, but I mean, we had these on hand and I just couldn't just pass this by. Also, if I forgot to mention earlier, go ahead and preheat your oven to 300. Okay guys, so as you can see, I ended up filling up the pan and I have some left over. So I'm going to go ahead and do this first batch. We are going to put it in the oven for about 30 minutes at 300 degrees. Make sure you flip them halfway. So we're cooking for 30 minutes and then at the 15-minute mark you flip them. You want them all to be cooked all the way and you want them nice and crispy. Hey guys, so I just got it out of the oven and it took 30 minutes and they look great. So what we're looking for is a nice brown, darker color now, and I hope you flipped them so both sides are ready. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let these sit probably for about 2 hours. I know it seems like a long time, but I want them to dry completely. The longer that they dry, the better they store. And the way I store them, just to be safe, because there's pumpkin in there, I actually, after they're completely dry, I put them in a container and leave them in the fridge until they're gone. They should store very well in the fridge, but always check the treat before you give it to your dog. These will show some green or molding, and you want to be sure you don't give that to your dog. But honestly, your dog's going to love these, so they'll probably be way gone before that even happens. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and like the video. Put in the comments your favorite recipe for your dog so we can have more ideas. We may be coming back to you with a homemade dog food recipe in the future, so be sure to watch out for that. God bless you guys. Thank you.